Once upon a time, there lived a man in a small village. There was a hill near his house, where he used to go every morning, sit on that hill for a while and then come back. So he was going every morning like every day. His younger son came from behind, he came and held his hand and said that today I will also come with you. He tried to convince him, but he refused and said that the path is very narrow and steep, so you won't be able to walk with me. But when the son insisted, the father agreed. So they started climbing the mountain. The father was holding his son's hand tightly. There were mountains on the left side and valleys on the right side, and the path was very narrow. And they were about to reach the top of the mountain when a big stone came in the way because father used to come on that road every day. So he knew that there was a stone there, so he moved aside, but the son was somewhere else, so his knee went and hit the big stone. Then a scream came out of the child's mouth. And as soon as he screamed, his voice began to echo in the mountains. Before this, the child had never heard the echo of his voice. So he didn't understand what was happening. He got a little scared from inside. He thought that maybe there is someone somewhere who is secretly watching him and making fun of him. Then the child said, "Who are you?" So when the kid heard this, he got angry. He thought, "Who is this guy who is making fun of me?" Then he said angrily, "I won't spare you." And then as soon as he heard this echo, he got scared. His father understood what was happening. He held his father's hand tightly and asked him, "Who is this person who is troubling me so much? Who is this person who is scaring me so much?" So his father smiled a little and he looked towards the valley and said loudly, "I love you very much." The child was shocked to hear this. He did not understand what was happening. That the same person who is making fun of him and is troubling him is telling his father that I love you very much. So his father saw his son and he understood what was going on in his mind. And then he said again, "You are very good." And listening to this, his son smiled a little and asked his father what was happening. And then his father explained to his son that the voice you are hearing is not of anyone else. This is your own voice that is echoing in the mountains, and you can hear your own voice. You hear exactly what you speak. If you say something in anger, then the voice that will come back will also be angry. But if you say something good, then that voice will also be good. It happens exactly the same way in our life. The way you think about this life in your mind, this life becomes exactly the same for you. If you keep telling yourself that my life is very bad, then your life will really get bad. And if you love your life, then your life will also love you. This thought entered the mind of the child, and then they both went to the top of the mountain, but the same thought was going around in the child's mind, and then the child laughed loudly, and he opened both his hands and said with all his might, "I love you very much."